Not About Football podcast. I'm Abs.
I'm Thomas. We're in the same facility. However, Abs, two things have changed. One, the Wanderers led a table position on the leaderboard, unfortunately. And also, Sydney FC got back to winning ways, Abs.
They did. Now, before we get into that Sydney FC game, a result just finished up. The game just finished up about half an hour ago or so. Melbourne City have beaten Western United 1-0 in what they call the East versus the West derby, whatever Melbourne wants to call it.
Mate, there's only one of those. But, man, I don't get Melbourne City. They're so up and down this year.
No, look, I don't know. They were last year as well, to be fair.
No, last year I think they were a bit more consistent. I think McLaren made them look more consistent than what they were. Don't get me wrong. I think there is little patches under Vidmar that needs to be fixed. I'm not sold on them. And I think 1-0 hid a lot of mistakes from that game.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think when it comes to Melbourne City, they're going to be that team this year. They're going to win 1-0 in games like this, and then they're going to lose 3-1 the next game.
You predict them bottom four. I don't think bottom four, Abs. I think top 8. I'll be honest.
Yeah, look, I can't see them making finals. I'll stick by that. But I think if they get a couple more injuries, if they find themselves in a sticky situation, probably in 4 or 5 games' time, I still stick by bottom 4. You got to just look at that team at the moment. I'm not saying they don't have good players. Like Naboot's killing it.
Naboot's, yeah, he's that guy.
But let's just say Naboot gets injured. Let's just say you lose 1 or 2.
If Lecky or Naboot get injured, they're finished.
That's what I'm saying.
I completely agree.
The good teams don't have to rely on those key players, and they're able to kind of still get a result, not necessarily win games, but get a result if they lose their players. So I think Melbourne City still for me, bottom 4. I think Western United, though, are in big trouble. Yeah. You know who's in even more trouble?
Brisbane Roar?
No. Western Sydney Wanderers, man. Let's start with that.
4-3 to Adelaide, man. We were there. We were fortunate enough by giving to the Wanderers. Thank you, Wanderers, once again. We got access to the radio suite there, Salam. Had a bit of fun with the commentary, and obviously that was exciting when Dylan Pereira scored. Shout out to the boy Dylan. Amazing goal. Broke my heart for not once, twice that game.
Yeah. Look, back on Dylan. I swear to God, I love that man. Like he is. There's not many players in the league that don't play for Sydney FC that I'll be like, I genuinely want them to do well. You could see in that video, and we've posted it on TikTok.
Even I clapped, Salam.
You clapped. The smile on my face was from ear to ear. Like, bro, he's 23. He's got a young family.
Absolutely.
I could see last year he wasn't playing with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
He's at Adelaide now. He's enjoying his football. Yeah, he might be playing at right back, but he's got playing with a smile on his face.
I personally would have loved to see him under Stadge.
Yeah.
I think Stadge would have got a lot more out of him.
Yeah.
And I think, don't get me wrong, right back, I believe under Viet, maybe is restricting his ability to go up. But obviously we were in the presser and speaking to Carl himself. Carl, he didn't shy away from the fact that in his formation, the right backs love to bomb forward, love to get up the field. So maybe it's a tactical masterclass from Viet. We'll see. But 2 goals, nothing to shy away from, especially from the right back.
I think it's aided his game very well. I think his game last season was hampered by his composure.
Yeah.
So his composure was lacking. That's why Wanderers fans were getting frustrated. He's not finishing his chances. He's not passing at the right time.
Yeah.
Apologies. When you play at right back and you've got that much space ahead of you and that much space to come inside, it aids to his game.
But the Wanderers allowed that, man. Yeah. And listen, I love my club. I do. But in the most respectful way possible, and we'll get our producer to bleep it out. We have no fucking midfield. No. We have no fucking midfield. Seriously, we are.
It's more than that. You have, let's just call them defensive midfielders. You have players who can play deep, but when you're playing Juan Mata, and with all due respect to him as a player, top player, just has no legs. There's no.
But that's the obvious answer.
But Tom, you don't also have the right midfielder. You've got 2 6s. Okay, you're able to kind of cover it deep enough. But the minute you lose the ball, there's a massive gap in the middle.
Completely agree.
Because Juan's not going to track back. And if he goes forward, let's say Priestman goes forward. Yeah. You're screwed. They lose the ball. There's a gap right there. And we're seeing that when Clisby's going up. They were attacking Clisby the whole game. The minute Clisby went up the field, you'd see you turn the ball over and they're going right down that side again. Why do you think Perez was able to get that space? Because Juan Mata's not going to come back as far as you want him to. And even when he did, he's not a defensive player. So what happens is there's always someone free somewhere.
But you can't bench him.
You can't bench him.
He has to start.
Then what do you do, Tom? What would you do? You're keeping Juan Mata in that team.
Do I have to play a 4-4-2?
No.
Let's say yes.
Let's say Alan calls you tonight. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Alan.
I'm letting you pick the team for next game. Formation, whatever you want.
Well, whatever I want. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go 4-3-3.
Yep.
Personally, I'm going to go keep that back four.
Yeah.
Maybe Jesse Cameron at left back. He earned the congratulations to the brother, earned the under-23s cap.
Yeah.
For the Socceroos. Personally, I would go like that.
Yeah.
I would go Brillante in the 6, in the 8, Cicluna.
Yeah.
I love Dylan.
He looked good when he came
I
on.
did. He's a dog, bro.
Yeah.
He wins 50-50s. He asserts himself.
Yeah.
And then Juan in the 10. Juan in the 10. And Juan's instruction is not to run, not to move, just play a ball, brother.
Which is what they're trying to do. They're
Correct.
trying to play through him a lot.
On the left,
Yeah.
Milo. On the right, Borello. And for me, it's a toss of a coin between Crave and Sapsford. Both of them look good. For me, I love Bosda just a bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, he looked good, man. Crave asserts himself. I think he's a shrewd signing. For me, if he's in a better team, he's one of the top 5 signings in the league this season.
I want to ask you a question. Like, and it's not just because, I went to school with him.
Yeah.
But how isn't Timokovsky getting minutes? He's the best of the best strikers you've got and the best of the 10s you've got all in one.
Well, we've got to see that to make that statement true.
I know, which I think, we saw it even at the trial when they were playing against each other. He still managed to get a goal. Like, he's able to kind of be creative and he's able to go forward. He's tall, he's quick, he's able to move. And I think he'd bring the best out of Borello and he'd bring the best out of Milo. Now, Milo and Borello both had good games, but also had very, very questionable games at the same time.
I think it's Milo and Krayev. I think that's where Timokovsky slots in between. I think he's the best of those two, personally, for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Borello's his own kettle of fish.
Yeah, he's his own, yeah. He's a unique striker, very unique. And even when he came to the Socceroos fold, Socceroos for me never had a striker like that.
No.
Personally, for me,
No.
So it was been a big tongue. Josh Kennedy put it up to the brother. He'll get it there.
Yeah.
Cahill likewise. But we've never really had a striker like that.
No. But even like he tried. I think what I liked about Borello's game on the weekend is that he came in a bit deeper when he needed to.
Yeah.
Even for that last goal, he just pushed and pushed and
He
pushed.
kept fighting.
And he led with the armband.
Yeah.
And now I think he's one player that with the armband will actually succeed.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he knows what it's like to play for the Wanderers.
Yeah.
And I think he loves the club enough to know that, if they lose, he knows the fans are hurting.
Of course. And he's one of us. And quickly, just before we move on, just a shout out to Tristan. Vidarkovic, young keeper. Absolutely love him. I personally went to school with him.
Yeah.
Top bloke, seriously. Just unlucky, man. That's all you can do. And as Alan said in the presser, he's a top keeper. And every single keeper at the day just had a mistake. Unfortunately, in that position with defenders as well, that's where it gets highlighted, Salam. But for me, he saved us against the derby.
Yeah,
he had a brilliant performance against Western.
Yeah.
Okay, he made 2 mistakes.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I would still pick him next week.
I'll tell you this. When it comes to keepers, and like you said, Alan said it,
Yeah.
keepers come into their prime at like 29,
He's young,
30.
bro. Don't forget, he went to Portugal.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has a future there, man.
Tom, it is literally all over the world. For example, when you've got players like even Ramsdale. Ramsdale was young. I'm not comparing to Ramsdale, but I'm thinking of young keepers here.
Yeah.
Ramsdale came into the game at like 19, 20.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Alex
Yeah,
Paulson,
got-
similar.
Paulson, he got relegated as well, came back up, relegated, came back up, had a killer season for Arsenal. And it can be hot and cold sometimes. You're going to make those mistakes. But until he gets games under his belt, now I love Lawrence Thomas.
Yeah.
But now Alan has a very tough decision because you either bring back Lawrence Thomas, bring back that leadership, your captain.
But he's day by day, man. He might not be ready, I'll be honest.
Even not this game, the next game, or whenever he's fit, Tom.
yeah.
Because I feel you can't be dropping Tristan now.
It will be bad if he drops him against the Jets.
It's
it will
not.
be bad
It's
if
not
he
going to be
drops him.
good for his own
Self-confidence.
self-confidence.
Yeah, I
Because if he gets dropped, he's going to be like, well, I haven't played very well. I've made these mistakes here. I've made these good saves. And look, I'm nowhere near a professional keeper. But as a keeper, it's in your head, bro.
Of course it is.
Like we might win 5-1. Even with this season, we might have won 5-1.
Yeah.
But if I've conceded that one goal, or even the penalties, the games where we just conceded penalties, that sticks with you, bro.
Of course it does.
Because, I could have gone the other way. I could have kept the clean sheet. I could have this.
Unfortunately, that position just magnifies it by 100. If you make any errors, it's just magnified. And unfortunately, that's the case for keepers. And likewise with that confidence thing you were saying, brother, what is up with this brother called Jaden Kaczowski, who has burnt me in the derby last year? And it's a famous clip that's gone from us. Man, that brother is clutch. Is he the Ronaldo A-League?
Possibly.
He's just clutch, man. Equaliser against the Mariners, winner against Wanderers, and now the winner against Brisbane Roar.
So you've had Lewandowski.
Okay.
Now you've got
Stop there,
Kaczowski.
Sam. Okay.
I'm telling you, man. Look, you know who really
God.
impressed me that game? Leo Senna.
Yeah, bro.
And the commentator
Yeah,
of that game said it perfectly. If he adds goals to his game,
Senna.
brother, yeah,
Yeah.
because
You know, maybe a weird comparison. a smaller version of Guy Finkler.
Hmm?
Just because he's Brazilian, maybe. But for me, a smaller version of Guy Finkler.
Yeah, you
He
could say
moves
that.
like him, bro.
Yeah.
He's a bit more defensive, I agree, but that's the nature of an 8. But I love him. Seriously, I do.
But I think you guys right now, for example, I think Leo Senna, that mold we're talking about for the Wanderers,
Yeah.
is exactly what they're
Him or
looking
Jake
for.
Coleman,
Yeah, because
personally, for me.
I think Senna's ability to move forward with the ball, and he's very much that midfielder that likes to play for the team.
Yeah.
He won't worry about shooting, won't worry. He just wants to play. If this is the pass that needs to be played, I will play it. And he is, look, I think if we get the best out of him going forward, if we start to add goals, and because we've lost Lolly and Costa for the foreseeable future,
Yeah.
that might be the case.
But, bro, don't you worry, man. You got Klimala. Dear God in hell. He looks good, man.
Golden boot.
Early doors. Are you surprised by Brisbane? 2 goals, man.
They had a bit of life in them.
Yeah.
They had a bit of raw, some would say. Look, I tried, man.
It is 10 o'clock at night, people.
I
So
tried.
we'll forgive him.
That Brisbane had a bit of raw about them that game.
Stop, you only said it once. But, man, still FC are looking good to bounce back after the 1-0 against Auckland.
I want to move on to the next game because far out. Forget the Puskas Award. It is now called the Piscopo Award.
Hey, he looked good, man. And I told you, even in the Australia Cup, I like that, brother. We should have signed him from Jets. We should have signed him from. We were linked.
Yeah,
I love him. I really, really do. Rene Piscopo is a player. A player. Him and Zinedine Marchach in the same squad.
Yeah, that's mad. That's no, but seriously, that goal was just far out. Man, look, he's the best footballer named Reno that I know.
Ooh, yours is what I like to say. Zani taking the pen. Surprised? I am.
Look, if that's what's to come, from him, the coach letting him able to actually, here you go. I trust you.
Okay.
Take some responsibility.
Okay. Yeah. Are you for it?
I like it. It's tough love, but at the same time, it's kind of the arm around the shoulder.
Okay, so is that feud debate over? You reckon?
For now, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
For now,
I think
yes.
he's repaid the faith.
Yeah.
Zani obviously stepped up and went, you know what? I'll show something here.
Yeah.
And credit to the brother, he did.
And even with MacArthur's performance, man, they're unlucky. They're really getting unlucky.
had a game of still as well, man.
I'm
telling you, and Jed, bro.
Bro, G from AU Ballers killed me when I'm like, you've got 3. Name your 3 best young talents in Australian football. He names his 3. I'm like, what about Jed Drew? He's like, Jed who? I'm like, get out of here, man.
You know why? Because it was a 14. Hey, can I just say, G from OU Balls, man, what a legend you are. We had the pleasure of meeting you, bro. Mate, what a kid, seriously. At 14, I was playing with Lego, bro, and kicking balls around, man. G's traveling interstate. What a nice guy, above all.
And on that as well, I think, over the last weekend, we went to the Jogo Benito game. We went to the Wanderers game. We got to meet some ex-professionals from former German players, not ex-professionals, still playing football. George Timotheu as well. Yeah. And obviously, by the time this comes out, the video will be out. We got to meet the Pararoos too.
Yeah.
It's great to see the people that are actually putting time into Australian football, that are actually putting in the effort to watch 100%. This thing grow. And I think we need to see more of that.
Yeah.
I think, if you get to know this game properly, you'll genuinely fall in love with it.
Speaking of that game as well, man, it's time we send our absolute flowers to New Zealand. What a derby you created. Wow.
Yes. That I agree with. Did you see how they took the W out of Wellington? Look, I love that. And that is that's proper New Zealand banter.
Question, is Oluwemi going back to Tottenham?
Well, at this point, Vicario might be out of a job.
Oh.
But I'll say this. I love the way Auckland are going.
Yeah, me too, bro.
But fuck me, they're getting lucky. No. This luck is going to run out. Yeah. Now, I love what they're doing. I genuinely do.
Are they making top 6?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay, right. But the way they're winning these games, it's like God has looked down and smiled on Auckland.
That's all right. That's fine. That's fine, Salam.
But it's just like...
You got more points than you, more points than us at this point, and you. So.
To be fair,
I said us and you.
To be fair, we're only, 2 points behind them?
That's okay. Sorry, doors, 3 games in.
3 points behind them. You're 1 point from 9 games?
That's okay.
1 point from 9 available?
I thought we might be 1 from 9 games soon, Salam. So, but brother, Jake Brimmer came over from Melbourne Victory. Don't forget, bro, this is the Johnny Warren from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, look, Brimmer's definitely, I think he's going to thrive there. I think the way he's kind of taken his role, the way he's stepped up, the way he's been able to kind of take charge at Auckland has definitely turned heads.
He's not the captain, But he's acting like one of those senior leaders in the club.
He's the leader without the armband.
Yeah, bro. But even Robertson's looking good on the left, man. What a player he is.
Look,
What a player he is.
I just worry that, all right, you're going to have a good season this year. I just think, is this going to continue on, or is this going to be just like a
So are you possibly
flash
saying
in the pan?
one season wonder?
Bro, the way they're going, everyone in Auckland's going there.
It's like, it's cool. It's good for the league.
Look, I do like this though. The one thing I'm loving about the A-League, and this doesn't apply to other sports, other NRL and the AFL, is that when teams come through, they actually do well. Yeah. If you've ever watched the AFL, you go look at the first few seasons of the GWS Giants and the Gold Coast Suns. Same goes for the Gold Coast. Actually, no, they made finals Gold Coast Titans, but the AFL specifically, the Gold Coast Suns were getting beat by like 160 points. Geelong were like scoring 230 points.
I have no idea who these teams are.
Like they were coming in and teams were scoring 230 points in 80 minutes of football.
Shit.
That's almost like a goal every 2 minutes. Whereas with the A-League, you've seen the last few seasons where United came in. They won it within a few seasons. The Wanderers won the Champions League. And I think they won it as well in 2014, I believe. They done a double?
Wanderers?
Yeah.
No.
No. It was consecutive years though, wasn't it?
Consecutive years you made finals.
Yeah. Even with MacArthur.
Yep.
You know, I like that. It gives me a sense of, okay, excitement, first season, but can Auckland break the duck and just go, okay, we're going to be here. We're going to stay here.
We'll see, bro.
And we're going to be like, you know, like you look at Sydney FC, for example.
Yeah.
You might not like them, but they're there every year.
Okay.
And that's how a club should be built.
Under Frank Farina, you won't.
But still, not the majority of the time, we're there.
That's
Are
true.
we not?
That's true.
I like your club. When was the last time you actually achieved something?
Alan will get us there.
Look, I'm a Sydney fan. I want you guys to do well.
Thank you, Salam.
I think the league's better when Western Sydney.
Listen,
do well.
like we said before we get on to our last game, it's if you have a good victory, you have a good FC, you have a good Wanderers, you got a good league. Simple as that. For me though, if you have a good Auckland and you have a good Wellington as well, and you get those two countries united, wow, bro.
No, I really want that New Zealand game to go.
Me too, bro.
I feel like there's a different feel about it there.
Yeah, man.
They get the rivalry.
Question is the UBF going to across the ditch someone?
Are you willing to pay for business class tickets for all of us, Thomas?
Maybe not business class, but the producer I've been heard has recently undertaken a full-time job, so he might be able to fork some out. We'll move on. Perth Glory versus Central Coast to round up the A-League, Salam. I slept. I zoned off until there was a dramatic VAR call, Salam.
Mate, our good friend Luis Kanga.
Sorry. Kanga Cup in Canberra. Sorry, what?
Let the brother be, mate. He had a penalty overturned after a thorough VAR review. And you know me and VAR, we're best friends.
Yeah,
so
you were in the room, weren't you, last week?
Yeah. Look, I think it was the right call.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon it was the right?
Yeah, I think it was the right call. And
it was a natural position, I would say.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And for me, I don't think any team deserved a point. I don't think any team deserved to win the game. So I think 1-1's a fair result.
Are we talking about Perth Glory?
Yeah, Perth
0-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think any team deserved the 3.
Yeah.
So I think 1-1 for me is a 0-0 is a fair depiction of that game.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, you might have fallen asleep, but I'm like, this bloke's imagining goals in his head. Adam Taggart.
Bro, I thought David's Village got back on the pitch and fucking scored 3, to be honest.
Look, I think all in all, let's review the ladder real quick.
Okay.
Before we end it there. Melbourne City are currently, that is the women's one actually. We've got the wrong, see, we support women's football.
Man, shout out to the women's game as well. Shout out to the Wanderers.
Hey, shout out to Sophie Harding. Arch nemesis, but you got on the score sheet.
Oh, she always does, but.
That's my Julie Dollar medalist.
Back to back, apparently, as you rightfully said. Do you want to quickly take us through those results, Salam?
Yes. So quickly through the ladder first.
Go.
Auckland, 3 from 3. 9 points. They're sitting on, they haven't actually considered a goal yet.
Karen.
Melbourne Victory, Sydney FC, Melbourne City, all within 3 points.
Yep.
Adelaide United, Wellington, Phoenix on 4 points.
We'll stop there. No, we'll stop this.
MacArthur, Newcastle, Central Coast on 3 points. Western United on 2. The Wanderers, Perth Glory on 1. And Brisbane Roar are still...
Brisbane.
But they have played one less game.
That's okay. You didn't even mention that.
So the Wanderers this week play Newcastle.
Jets, yeah.
All right. So you have a chance to really kick your season off, or you can consider yourself.
Early doors.
You reckon?
Central Coast Mariners last year, mate. 0 from 4.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Central Coast Mariners,
Had something there to build. I agree.
look, right now, I know Alan can do it, and I know he can fix it. But the way the team's playing, I'm struggling to just understand.
I agree.
And I think as time goes on, we might kind of see him as a smart man. He knows his way around football.
Yeah.
He's not going to be stubborn and play a 4-4-2. That probably won't work.
We'll see. For me, I'm not fully convinced on it yet.
Yeah.
For me, Mata has to start.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Mata has to start, and I just don't know where. That's the thing. But for me, I think the 4-4-2 is not the right formation for Juan to come in and achieve the best he can.
Bro, I said it weeks ago. I genuinely did. I said, Juan, if you're going to play a 4-4-2, you're genuinely better off playing him at right mid and just have him drift in when you've
Not
got
at
the
right,
ball.
I'll put it.
Yeah, but it's the only...
So why? Instead of Clisby getting smoked, it's going to be Kleur.
No, but I think Kleur defensive... But Kleur is your best defensive right back that you've got. So if he's
That's
able...
a no-brainer.
Okay. So if you've got that back four of Clisby, Jong, Bonatig, and Kleur, Clisby can run as far high up as he wants to. Okay? You've got Kleur, Bonatig, and Jong who kind of stay back and play as that front three, which means that Juan Mata, when you have the ball, drifts into midfield when he needs to.
Yep.
And then you've got the front two of probably Borello and let's just say Sapsford, possibly.
Okay.
And then Milanovic on the left.
Yeah.
They'll create that front three on the ball. He drifts into midfield with the three behind them. You've got Clisby coming in where he needs to, and then that four can shift whether he needs to go wide or he needs to go forward.
Go for your pro license, get a job.
But what do you think? Genuinely, what do you think?
Amazing. You're a tactician.
Yeah.
The best in the world.
No, but stop taking the piss. In terms of logically like that, playing him on the right, what do you think?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Because I can't see a world where he plays up front or in midfield and you guys
What
are
about a
playing
4-1-4-1?
Where are you playing him?
One of those two cams.
But it wouldn't really be a cam though.
One of the cams drops. Acts like an 8. Because a 4-1-4-1 can also transition to a 4-3-3 in possession. Do you know what I mean?
Well, does Simmons need to come back?
No. Hammond's having the form of his life.
Not to play on the wing. Simmons to come back and play right back.
Kleur's better defensively.
Because do you think that, all right, you might not have the players to kind of work off the ball. Do you think maybe the solution now is to actually press the teams on the ball?
We can't press. We can't press. We're not a pressing team. We can't press.
But when you've got the ball, you're able
Where's one going to press though?
When I say press on the ball, it's kind of like, all right, your solution might not be, let's try to, win the ball back. Let's try to keep the ball, stay high up the field and cage this team in. You might concede one or two chances, but that's why you've got Kleur back there. You've got Bonatig, you've got Jong. Your best
We have
bets,
that combined base of 45.
but you've got all these attackers, Tom. You might as well just give it a go. Anyway.
That's what's to get your pro license. Move on to the Ninja A-League.
Hey, Mikel Arteta might be out of a job at that point.
Relax.
So first weekend kicked off, man.
Can we start off with my club?
Yes, your club drew 2-2.
We'll take that.
No, they were up 2-0, but man,
It's okay.
really good. Sienna Seveska back at the club.
She came for game time and she got a goal. I'm really happy for her.
Look, and she's clinical.
Yeah, I like her.
I'll give her that. She's come back, as I said. She started off clinical fashion.
Is that a mistake though by Sydney letting her go? Sorry for the mic.
Bro, I can't tell you. Okay. And we'll get on to Sydney, and I'll tell you why I think it's going to be hard. We're gonna struggle this season. We really are.
Okay.
But
so 2-2 against the Jets.
2-2. We watched. They actually drew in the trial.
Yes, 1-1.
Yeah.
1-1.
But Sophie Harding, mate, the poacher of dreams when it comes to women football.
Newcastle top 6. That's my call.
You reckon?
Yep.
I think. Look,
it's the stubborn team.
They've signed a few good players. I'll give them that. But I think when it comes to the Wanderers, bro, there's something there.
Top 4, bro. Well, bro.
You reckon?
Yeah.
And what was her name? Hasaga, I believe.
Wellington?
No. Harada for the Wanderers.
Yeah,
signed in Japanese international within 2 days. Announcement started in the lineup.
Yeah, brother.
Fair play. They
Top
had,
10 nation in the world.
Explain to me this. They didn't sign anyone in the whole window. They waited till that last 4 days before the season started. Bang, 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 bang.
That's what we like to do at the West. Leave it late, and that's it.
We'll move on to the actual order of the games now.
Tell me.
Western United beat Wellington 4-2. Amy Medwin got on the score sheet.
Told you top 3. Well, you know what, Amy? Shout out. Really.
She's a friend of the podcast.
Absolutely, man. First ever goal. Look, really happy for her.
I'll say this, and I was chatting to her about it as well at the time. I'm like to her, I'm like, you reckon the fact that you're able to play so many positions has actually helped keep a spot in the 11?
Yeah.
Or do you want to actually
Now one down.
She's like, as long as she's in the 11, that's all that matters.
It, bro.
But what I like about Amy is that she's able to play in multiple positions and play them well.
Correct.
She had to try to lock down Courtney Vine in one game, and then she was playing on the right, Hannah Keane, who I learned the other week had actually left to the USL.
Yeah, correct.
Ages ago, but freaking that USL.
The UBF podcast is busy. We apologize for any missed transfers.
I'll say this though, and I'll say this that USL league scares the shit out of me.
It's cracker league, bro.
Because they've basically gone and done, okay, we're gonna do a Super League for women's football.
But I don't get how that works. But that's a different podcast. I don't get the whole format.
You have money, you want to start your own league. You're willing to pay players the same of what they got, or a bit less of what they got on the other side, but you get game time, you get opportunities. And plus, America can afford to do that.
Plus, with the lifestyle.
College football. Yeah. They've got college football over there, and then it actually allows them to grow their game without actually noticing.
He's available. Pro license. Get him.
Look, maybe, pro license might run a club one day. Who knows? Why? Let me talk about my pro license. Stop moving on.
What's your number for your pro license?
Don't worry, cuz.
Exactly. Next.
Don't worry, cuz. What's your number for your pro license?
It starts in an A.
Huh?
It's just alphabetical order. It's A and...
Absolutely rubbish, coach. I'm joking.
3 trophies, baby. Carry on.
Nah, Central Coast versus Sydney FC. Finished 3-1. Ibini came off the bench. Got on the score sheet. Mate, Taylor Ray, fair play. She was playing, I think, almost a striker.
Yeah, bro.
I don't understand why you let her go.
Why? Tell me why.
In what world do you let Taylor Ray go?
I don't get it.
But that Central Coast Mariners team has a good team.
I said top 4 on the prediction. I said top 4.
Yeah. And
I told you it's going to go victory. FC will pick up. Let's not be stupid. Victory, FC, Western Mariners.
Yeah. And even Pennock had a good game. She had a goal. She had an assist. Galich, I think it was Galich. No, Gomez. Gomez scored a cracker. She just took it on the right. Yeah, keeper wasn't saving that.
Yeah, bro.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. We're looking at the lineup here at the game, and I remember watching it. Like, it's just, you can't lose.
Is the 3-peat going to happen, Salam?
Right, you can't lose Courtney Vine and McLean, and that's no disrespect to the players there.
Yeah.
But we've lost quality.
Yeah.
And we just haven't replaced it. And I just don't know where we're going to go with it.
Talk to me about Canberra. I'm really excited about Canberra this year.
Mate, Maya Markovsky on the double. We're talking to Bethany before as well. Yeah. And it was just like, 3-2, close game, closer than expected.
Of course.
Markovsky got, I think the first one was a tap-in. Second one was a really nice finish.
She's carrying on the form, bro.
And Stanik Floody
got
on the score sheet as well. We don't worry about Brisbane. That's fine. They can.
I don't get Brisbane.
It's not a football city, bro. It isn't. Okay. No. They'll tell you themselves. That's a rugby league town.
It's a rugby league state, in my opinion.
A rugby league state. And, when you've got your own federation fighting within each other over there, up there, clubs not wanting to talk to one another or whatever it was.
Oh, that's a whole different podcast.
But, no, man. I was looking at the lineup here for the women's game, for the Canberra United game. They've got a good...
I'm telling you, bro, Canberra's making top 6.
Michelle Heyman didn't even score.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Canberra's making top 6.
Yeah. And they've signed a lot of hungry players.
Yeah, bro.
I can't wait till they play Sydney FC. The Dos Santos derby.
Okay. Perth?
What's wrong with the Dos Santos derby?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Why'd you move on so quickly?
Of course I want to move on.
No, we're not moving on. I want to talk about the Dos Santos derby, mate.
Fair enough.
Who are you supporting, Canberra or Sydney?
Canberra. I told you I can't support Sydney.
Why not?
But why'd you ask that question when you know that there's obviously...
You want to support the Harbour Bridge or Parliament House?
Parliament House. I think their person made some great law reforms.
Why don't you just go attend the bush doof, whatever it's called in Canberra?
What's that?
They do like a bush doof up there. Bush is like the bush, and doof means like doof doof. Yeah, go. If you want to support,
you would make a brilliant kindergarten teacher. Swear.
Well, a kindergarten might have understood that, to be fair.
I understood it completely. Bush doof.
Bush doof. Anyway, last few games.
Fuck me, Salam.
It's 10:30, mate.
Carry on, please.
Melbourne Victory got over Adelaide United 3-2. Gilnick got a double.
Emily.
What else?
Should start for the Matildas.
No.
You reckon Chidiac is above her?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Gilnick's above her.
Really?
Yeah, for me.
Kidiak's just...
Gilnick's very underrated, bro.
I know, but Kidiak's just got something about her. I know that Gilnick's very much clinical.
Like
Gilnick's also...
I like Gilnick.
She's in a different position as well.
You know what I see? It's like a Saka Palmer debate.
Gilnick versus Kidiak?
Yeah, bro.
How about we both have them on next episode? You get Kiriak on
I'm
one
not against
side
it.
and Gilnick on the other side. We'll get Emily to explain to me why she should start ahead of Alex in the in the Matildas squad.
We will get Tom Sembrani in the middle where he goes, Tom, at the end of the episode, take your pick.
Oh
You
yeah,
only
live
pick one.
decision. You know, you've got one spot. But look, while Mary Fowler's still there, Caitlin Ford, it's hard, bro. It's very hard. The last game that happened before your game that we talked about first, Melbourne City absolutely put their foot through.
Palestina, what a goal.
Fucking hell.
Palestina, what a goal.
Yeah.
Michael Palestina, for good mate of the West Sydney Wanderers, my boy. Did some coaching with him. I've seen him crack a few goals.
Yeah.
But Rihanna, Palestina, wow.
Yeah. Bro, even Harvey, she got on a double as well.
Yeah, bro.
Like, it's that game for me is just, I said it, this season, that league's going to explode.
Yeah, bro.
And from the first round, I think we'd seen about...
It's a top 5 women's league in the world. Oh, sorry, top 10.
It will get to.
It's
It was.
It's top 10.
It was.
Is it top 10?
No, it is.
I
it
think
is.
it's top 10, personally.
I just think they're doing the right thing.
Yep.
They haven't signed too many stars.
No.
This league was never about signing stars. It was about making them.
Yeah. It's not a development league,
No.
and then you sell them,
No.
as we see with Courtney Vine last year.
No.
She
Yeah.
could have went for more last year.
No, I agree.
Chose to stay, bro.
But when it comes to developing your players, I think there's not many leagues better in terms of women's football than our league. And if you look at it, you look at Sydney FC's development this year. They've let go of Vine, they've let go of McLean.
Yeah.
But the one thing about that squad, and I believe I checked the last time, more than a quarter of their squad is either 18 or younger.
Yeah, bro. There's a plan. There's a development plan.
You know, like even with, Talon Haneke coming through last year, you've got the Santos sisters, one had just left. On top of that, even with our keepers, both our keepers, Jasmine Black's still fairly young as well.
Yeah.
Like, we've got a good squad coming through. I understand why they haven't signed as many players.
Yeah.
But even at your stocks, the stocks are Western Sydney.
Bro, half of them on scholarship deals.
And what I like about Western Sydney as well, with the way they develop their players, they actually go out into different parts of Australia
Of course.
and bring players to the
And
club.
don't forget, you've also got a Future Wanderers Academy that Tom sort of set up, and Jeff Abrahams is now in there, and he's sort of looking after all these different faculties in each department, selecting them while they're young, and building them and understanding the Wanderers' way and how to play, the philosophy, what the culture means, the ethos of the club, and hopefully that can foster into some results, and hopefully starting this season.
Take a prediction for the end of the season. Who's finishing first for you now after watching that?
Victory.
Reckon Victory?
Yeah, I'm staying with Victory.
Think with Victory. I think mine's changed a little bit. I think it has. I'm going to go City. After that game, yeah. Okay. Canberra's a shout.
Yeah, I see Canberra top 6.
Yeah. No, I think...
Give me a top 6 before we go. Would you like me to go
order?
first? In order.
In order. City. Canberra. Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Victory.
Yep.
FC.
Yep.
Western.
Yep.
And Central Coast.
Wanderers miss out on the 6. Well,
It's hard.
You can't change,
It's hard. It's
so
hard.
that's your 6. Okay, ready? Victory for me first. City second. Third Mariners. Third Mariners. Fourth FC. Fifth Canberra. 6 Wanderers. Western seventh. Western seventh. Western a close 7th.
Bro, that 6, 7, 8 is just going to be mental. Freaking
Perth,
mental.
Perth, Brisbane, Adelaide. I don't really.
I can't
Sorry,
see.
not Adelaide. Perth, Brisbane. I don't really.
No, but I think Western and the Wanderers are going to fight for that.
Yeah.
Even 5th, like, I don't think FC will be as close to the top as they usually are.
No.
Canberra's my smoky. I just think there's enough hunger in that team.
We'll see, bro.
And what I like, shout out to Canberra. They don't have a men's team.
No. Well, thanks for pointing out the obvious.
Of course, like for the people that don't necessarily
Football
know that.
podcast, so people know.
Yeah, someone might click in. They might have seen your beautiful face, or we're like, oh, let me.
I think
watch
it's your
Thomas.
beautiful face.
No, it's your beautiful face, mate. Anyway,
Do we cut the cameras now, Salam, and go to a different sort of segment of the podcast?
Before we go, should we give up who our next guest is going to be on the show?
I think you should. I think we should, Salam. I'll let you do the honors.
So next week we have the great man himself, a man who has just coached a team against Germany for a win in the first 19 years, I believe. 19 years.
Against Germany, yeah.
Our guest for next
Julian
week.
Nagelsmann. Oh,
No.
sorry.
Our guest next week is Mr. Tom Samrani. And if you didn't know, that is the current head coach for the Matildas.
Massive for the podcast.
Yeah. Nah, mate, I'm keen. I'm excited. I think when it comes to guests that we've had on,
Yeah, that's up there, man.
that is up there, if not top of that list.
That's football pedigree, and we're really excited. Like, as we said before, we alluded to before. I personally know Tom. Tom's a wonderful man, really man. And like I said to you, he said interim coach a while ago.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he keeps it up. This will not be an interim appointment because he has got all the tools. He's an expert in the women's game, Abs. He's an expert in the women's game. And for me, I'm really looking forward to having him and unpacking sort of his career and how he found his ways, first of all, into Australian football, into women's football, and into that job.
Look, like you said, I'm keen to pick his mind. I'm keen to understand, and yourself as a young aspiring coach as well, and me as always someone
Pro-licensed.
Look, pro-licensed coach, mate, that's fine. Me as someone, I've always admired that side of football,
of course,
personally, and I think seeing what he's done and seeing what he's been able to achieve over his career, even now when it comes to that last win against Germany, bro, it's got a different feel to it.
And absolutely, and for our viewers as well, we're putting some things on the stories in terms of, guys, ask us some questions. If you got any questions at all, ask us to Tom. Tom will be more than happy to answer them. So we'll make sure to get that to you. But what an episode, Salam! What a facility that I wanted yesterday, honestly,
bro. It's insane. Like you look at it, like
our logo looks nice.
Like a bit of a, what are they called? Soft-hearted moments or like
emotional,
heart-touching moments. Heartfelt moments. We started this in December, January.
Here come the sobbing tears.
Like, it's just crazy, bro.
It's absolutely. It's been an honor, and like we said, we're almost approaching that year. We've got a 1 year special, which our producer is going to work on, and there's going to be some big unveilings almost in that 1 year. But no, it's been an absolute honor, guys, and to all our fans, to the producer, to Axe behind the camera who does a lot of unseen work, the dirty work, a Kante role, some will say.
Is the Angola Kante of the UBF podcast?
But even to you, Abs, since we decided to get into it, it's been an absolute pleasure, and we're beyond acquaintances, we're beyond mates. We're literally, I've never had a brother, so it's absolute honor to co-host and be a brother with you. I think we should do it.
It's a a brother in arms, some would say.
And also to the producer who's got something pointed at me if I don't mention his name. No, Jules, absolute honor, and it's a really good thing that we've got going here with us four, and long may it continue.
Yeah, and like you said, we've developed a bond that you just can't break. Yeah, it's just one of those.
He calls me at 2 a.m.
Right? You called me at 2 a.m. not too long ago.
Did help me with the FIFA team, Salam. I need.
Bro, he's like, I need to fit Modric into this team.
Touch Mateo Kovacic, Evo. The intercept Evo on Kovacic, wow, off its head.
He's like, how do I not fit the Croatian in the team? I'm like, it's 2 a.m.
You know
I'm trying to sleep.
Salam, you know what we need to do on that 1 year episode, which New Year Vision Jules is going to work on. Well, I think we should do a bit of a Evo. I think we should do a bit like evolutions on how we started from where we are, and like we'll name some Evos, the evolution we'll call. Like,
oh yeah,
we'll do.
On June the 2nd, Axe developed Relentless Plus, and is that what we're trying to do? And
we have been UBF.
And before you say Jules is gonna, if you let Jules go with, he's gonna put a green screen behind you and make you look like you're in space. So
My head is in space half the time
Anyway, on that note, like we said, big guest next week, Tom Samrani. We'll give you guys more than
and also
a bit more than that. Don't worry about that, Tom. There's more important Tom next week. I've been Abs.
I've been Thomas. We have been United by Football. Thank you so much.
Ciao, ciao. Beautiful.